This time on Road and Race, I get underneath the S2000 to see what horrors await me, make a list of everything that needs fixing, then go through the car's service history. Previously in this series, I decided to save a totally unloved S2000 I found in a barn. Gave it a clean, then tested how well she drives. Hello and welcome to another episode of Road and Race. I'm here working on the S2000. So if you haven't watched the earlier videos in this series, this is my neighbour's car. He's trying to sell it, but he's not going to get the best money he can for it because it's just totally unloved. I mean, the bodywork has numerous issues, the interior is very dirty, and I've not even been underneath it to see what it's like mechanically yet. It does drive okay though, so that's a bonus, isn't it? So I've already been around the car externally in my previous video and shown you all the stuff that's cosmetically wrong with the outside of the car. In this video, the car's going up on the lift, get underneath it, check out for all the mechanical stuff, look for rust, check the wheels, the brakes, all the bushings, everything underneath there really, just have a really good route around. Then I'm going to go through the paperwork, the service history of the car, so I can start to form a plan of what needs doing on the car before we sell it. And I'll also go around and really kind of detail the outside of all the cosmetic injuries and kind of a summary. Cosmetic injuries? Cosmetic defects on the outside of the car, because I did it in a barn beforehand and the light wasn't very good. And so here, I'm just going to kind of give it another quick once over. And maybe I might have missed some stuff, so that's another thing to bear in mind. Right, saying all that, I want to take the battery out. So let's do that. Here's the battery out of the car. Tungstone. No date of when it was made, as far as I can tell. Anyway, just out of curiosity, let's see what life is left in the battery, what charge it's holding. So looking for about 12 volts, aren't we? 8.8, 8.9. Okay. So I'm going to pop it on the trickle charge. I know it's probably a waste of time. Like saving a battery that's this far gone is pretty unlikely. But I don't have another battery ordered, so if I need to start the car and whatnot, I don't have to keep jump starting it, because it's getting really annoying now. So I'll see what I can do. I'll pop it on and we'll see what results we get. Charge my beauty! Right, time to get this thing in the air. Right, let's have a look underneath. Should we start at the back? Why not? Japanese cars have been known for rusting, so I'm wondering how good or bad the rust is back here. So, quick look. Unlike my Boxster, which is a sea of under trays, Honda, I thought, shall we do something to protect the underside of the car? Nah. Saying that though, I mean, there's surface rust, but it's not horrible. It's not that bad actually. Let's start properly. So, exhausts look fine. No rust. I wonder if they're stainless or aluminium. They look great. I mean, a bit of surface rust back here, but generally for the age, a 2006 car, so it's pretty good, especially when you compare how bad my 350Z was. Just a little bit of corrosion on the drive shafts. You see the powder coating starting to come off there. Yeah, on the sills where the water drains, obviously they get the brunt of the moisture, and you can see it's a little bit of rust there. I mean, it's pretty solid. I mean, a bit of preventative maintenance now should stop that getting any worse. Just the same really down this sill as well here. Going back to the cat. I know the cat's been replaced. That's a sports cat. Drive shaft looks fine. Prop shaft, sorry. Again on the sill, not horrible, a little bit of surface rust. Best now to treat that. And up the front, all the suspension componentry. And the car drives fine. A little bit of rust on the springs up there. I'll take the wheels off in a second. Tiny bit of surface rust. So I would say not too bad. We can just put a bit of lanyard guard on this, stop it getting any worse. This car will be fine. Let's get the wheels off and check out the brakes. I'm not sure if this is the original locking wheel nut or it's an aftermarket, but look how far it sticks out. I mean, these nuts stick out a little bit, but this is like really protruding. If that's OEM, that's a really poor choice of Honda. Wheel nuts were massively over torqued. They were very stubborn. Good thing I've got my impact gun to get it off. Real bugbear of mine. Why do garages just not care? Why don't they torque the bolts up properly? Because they're lazy. Anyway, let's check out the condition of this disc. There's a bit of a lip on here, so it's got a fair amount of wear. I'll get the measuring device and we'll see exactly where we are. Okay, driver front disc. Thickness when new, 25. Minimum thickness, 23. Actual thickness, 22.5. Right, these need changing. I mean, the giveaway is this huge lip on the sides. You can see how much wear it's had. I mean, you can just about see the pad life left there. Not totally spent, but if we're changing the discs, I'm certainly changing the pads at the same time. Onto the driver's side rear. No lipping here, so this disc is probably okay. Let's get the measurer. Got this heat shield in the way, so it's difficult to get a good reading, but thickness new, 12 mil, minimum thickness 10, and we're getting 12.1, so these are pretty new. And there's no lip on them, so I'm fairly sure they're okay. There's the rear pad. Minimum thickness is 1.6 mil, so still got a bit of life left in those. With the wheel removed, you can see it's dirty, but generally okay. A little bit of surface rust on the arm here, on the mount. There's no weeping from the shock or any fluid, which is good. The springs are generally fine. And it's pretty much the same on the front passenger side. Dirty, a little bit of surface rust. These springs are getting a little bit of surface rust on them. Rear tyre's pretty new, 6 mil left. Front tyre new as well, 6.5 mil. In my last video, I cleaned the outside and inside of this car because it was pretty grim. So now it is clean. I can go around inside and out and just mark down everything that I'll need to repair. Here goes. Front bumper, paint all scraped off the plastic bumper, a little bit of paint scratched off the metal wing, and it's starting to rust ever so slightly up here. Need a new front license plate because this is all cracked. Headlights are looking a bit cloudy, so just a bit of a polish to get those nice and clear again. Paint chip and a little bit of rust just to patch up here. A little patch of rust creeping in just here on the front sill. And probably worth giving this area a clean out because look at all the mud and stuff. That's just going to cause more rot, isn't it? So we'll take this plastic liner off and give that a good clean out. A little bit of a scuff in the clear coat here. Hopefully that will buff out of the machine polisher. Same up here. Rear bumper's a gouge in here. I'll need filling, repainting. Scuffed paint down here that needs touching up. Scuff in the rear bumper. Here's what looks like watermarks on the rear light cluster. But, you know, you give it a wipe and it doesn't go away. It's on the inside. So either water's got in there and dried, or there's some kind of known issue with the plastic or something. Want to look up. If anyone knows what that is and how to fix it, let me know. I mean, generally the whole bumper needs taking off and respraying. There's a little dink here. This is falling off. He's reattaching. That's barely held on. Another scuff here. Look at this monster. Huge dink, a dent. Get some heat on that. Get that back into shape, fill it, sand it. Paint it. Exhaust tips, desperate need of a polish. Polish me, I used to be shiny. Rear seal, this is where the owner has patched in a new panel to repair the rust, and couldn't find the correct Honda colour, so used a grey hammerite. You know why this happens. Dirt and crap gets stuck behind this plastic stuff, just rots, sits there and eats its way through. So that will need sorting out. Two little dinks on the door, scratches, hopefully a little bit of touch-up paint and polishing will See those gone? Front wing has had a little bit of dink. Paint's all scratched off here and here. Down here. Wiper arms, I've lost some of their paint here. On both sides. Cloth roof. This bit here is missing on both sides. This must be a common fault. Maybe this can be patched up or something, I don't know. It'd be a shame to have to get a whole new roof. There's a little rip here as well. I'm not sure if that can be just neatly tidied up and stitched together. Apparently roofs are very expensive. I had a quick look, £1,000. Weather seal is starting to fall off. It's not quite as bad on the other side. It's kind of like that on the other side. Driver's door crunches when you open and close it. Listen. Inside, the floor mats had a hoover. Not a massive effort by me. I'm like deep cleaned it with shampoo and stuff like that. I'm not sure these are genuine mats. They're a bit loose and saggy. So I need to check whether it's just worth buying new ones or spending the time fixing those up. Considering this is an 18-year-old car, this front seat is fairly good nick. Bolster's slightly gone a bit mushy here, but you could probably get this looking really nice with appropriate cleaners and whatnot. It's just here where there's a split and there's another split here. I wonder if this middle insert can be taken out and just replaced. That's the only thing really that's letting this seat down majorly. Generally inside, everything just needs a really good deep clean, like get the little brushes out, get all the dirt out of the crevices, a little bit of black plastic restorer. This should get this cabin looking nice. Generally in the boot, it's just filthy. So carpets out, deep clean, should get this looking nice, hopefully. Full original toolkit. I must say, it's quite deep, this boot. But it's a weird old size, isn't it? Like this big protrusion here. Oh God, what's this? All right. Huh. Spare wheel. That's amazing. Who would have thought to put it there? Under the bonnet, I mean, you could just do a bit of a gentle clean-up, can't it? It's a shame that the paint's come off the rocker cover here like this, hasn't it? It'd be nice to fix that, but you don't have to take the whole thing off and spray the whole thing. I wonder if you can just touch it up or something. Well, have a look at that. If anybody knows the best way to tackle that, let me know. And all four wheels will need a refurbish. This isn't dirt, this is where the coating has come off the alloy. But generally though, aren't too many scuff marks or dinks taken out of them. They just need a little bit of tidying up, a little bit of sanding and repainting. Centre cap is missing. Probably need a new battery. Let's have a look at the service history, shall we? So stamps are all up to date. There's one every single year, which is good. The owner did say that although cosmetically it's not in great shape, the car, mechanically he's always looked after it. He's always made sure it's serviced at the regular intervals, and you can tell by the way it drives, it still feels great. There's no knocks, bangs, rattles, still feels tight. So it's good to see that the actual servicing's completely up to date. Last one was 2022. It's weird, it goes this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, and back onto this page. Anyway, 2022, so a few things will need doing, like brake fluid, engine oil. There's also a big raft of paperwork. I do like to see big raft of paperwork. So this is all the stuff from the service from Honda, and this is a Honda main dealer service history as well, which is reassuring as well, actually, which is nice. Makes it a bit easier to sell the car with that. I got the dealer to print out an overview of every single service. So I've got all the service dates going back to 2012. What I'll do is I'll go through all the individual pieces of paperwork and find out exactly what's been done and see if anything's been missed at a later stage. Because I know this car needs differential fluid, coolant changing, transmission fluid. So I'll just make sure that if they've not been done, I'll add it to my list. And but all in all, I'm very reassured by this, actually. It's good to see that everything here is in order. So there we are. Everything that needs doing. Whew. Actually, initially I was quite daunted by all, but breaking it down, it's not too bad. It's mostly paintwork, a few cosmetic bits. The biggest expense is going to be the roof and the seat, I think. Anyway, so next video, I'm going to go through and list out the costs of everything I think it will take to get the car looking as good as it can do. The challenge here is to balance how much you spend against how much you're going to get when you sell it. I mean, the owner just wants to get rid of it, doesn't he? So I can't spend too much if he's going to lose money when he sells it. You see what I mean? Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. So I'll have a little breakdown of how much I think each thing's going to cost to repair, and how much I think the car's going to be worth once we've done it all. And I'll used to tell you what the dealer offered us in part exchange for this car. So it gives us a kind of baseline to work with. As I said, I think the roof and the seat are going to be the biggest expenses here, really. So if you do have any handy hints or tips for those, I'm all ears. And finally, if you like the videos and want to support the channel, please check out the memberships option in the description box. It gives you lots of kind of bonus stuff, mainly cheeky little videos I do, you know, a couple of extra videos just around unboxings and things I do day to day and events I go to and just fun stuff. So have a look at that. And as always, thanks for watching.